Good morning, everybody. I'm here to start a new reading vlog. I just got out of the shower, got ready for the day. It is almost 9 o'clock. I already went for a run and walked my dogs, so we're all ready to have a nice stress-free day together. I have no plans today except for to hang out with these puppies and Darcy over there. So I am going to try to read 2 Giana Darling books today. I have Inked in Lies and I have Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Walking is giant. Inked in Lies is almost 500 pages. I don't know if I'll be able to do these in one day. I might have to extend this vlog into tomorrow. I didn't realize that they were both over 400 pages, but these are the last 2 books in the Fallen Men series that I have to get to, so I've decided to read them both today. And I definitely can't really go anywhere or do anything because Darcy got an infection around her vulva. That is the technical term I learned at the vet yesterday, and it's just been really irritated and swollen, and she keeps on trying to lick it, and they realize it's a bacterial infection, so we got a steroid spray and antibiotics to give her. And so I have to keep an eye on her so she doesn't keep on irritating it herself. I mean, if we needed to go somewhere, we could always put a cone on her, but oh my god, when she got surgery a couple weeks ago, the cone was the bane of our existence. She was so miserable. We would only put her in the cone at night and it was rough. So she's so cute though. Let me show her to you. She's just ready to cuddle all day. Hi. I gotta spray her though, and she's gonna be very angry. And if someone had to spray me every day, I would get very irritated, and I have to spray her, so I'm gonna do that soon. And then I'm gonna read, so I'll update you guys as I read. I'm very excited. This one is, oh, what is his name? It's not Priest. Is it Nova? It's Nova's story. Oh my gosh, I love Nova, and I've wanted his book for so long. This is book 5, and then Priest's book is book 6, so I'm excited to start reading. So I'm on page 70. I gotta be a little quiet. My sister's sleeping. She worked last night. She works tonight. She's a night shift nurse. She sleeps during the day a lot. But this book is honestly probably one of my favorites of the series so far. And I'm only 70 pages in, and there's not even a romance yet. So Lila is 6 in the beginning, and we see her and her dynamics with her family. She's super close with Dane, who's her brother. He's 17, the same age as Nova is, and Nova just moved in next door. Nova is Jonathan right now, Jonathan Booth. He's not with the Fallen MC yet, and Jonathan has 3 brothers and his parents, and they're really close with Lila and her brother, but her dad is a drug dealer, and her mom and her dad don't get along at all, but they're still living together. Bad things happen. They end up having to go into foster care, and then Nova's parents want to adopt them because they're so close to them, and so they end up living with them. And I was concerned because I'm always weird about romances where they meet really young and there's an age gap. So there's going to be a 12-year age gap, 11-year age gap between Nova and Lila, and they're growing up together, but we don't get the romance until Lila's in her 20s. I went ahead and skimmed to see, like I flipped through to see what, like where the time jump would happen, and it said she was in her mid-20s, so I believe Lila's gonna be in her mid-20s when there's a romance with Nova, but she's always kind of had an unrequited crush on him since she was young. So I feel like that's okay. The age gap really isn't bothering me, it's not going to, but I'm 70 pages in and we still are at when Lila's 6. So I really like the time Giana is taking to really build up our characters and their relationship with their families. I'm loving that so far, so I'm super excited to keep on reading. I just am obsessed so far. I love it. I'm eating lunch and I had to show you this puppy. Hi, Lily. Oh my goodness, I know. I'm a little over 200 pages in the book, and I'm still so obsessed with it. So we got Lila when she was 21, and Nova kind of knows now that she likes him, and he did something really mean just to make sure she like stops, because he's like, oh, I can never be good enough for you. And so it's been 2 years and she like pretty much cut him off from her life, except for when she's like around his family and stuff, and when she's getting tattoos. So they have a really strained relationship now, and so she's 23 and he's what, 34, and it's obvious there's like super attraction between them. She was engaged, but she wasn't really like into the guy she was engaged to. She just got together with him because like Nova wouldn't have her. So it's really good so far, and now she's trying to take down their rival that was a big part of the previous book. She's like determined to do something about it herself, because like the Fallen MC is like her family, and it's really good. I really like a strong character like she is. She will do anything to protect the people that she loves, and I'm loving it so much. The tension between her and Nova is amazing, and I feel like Giana Darling did a really good job of making us believe they like each other, because they keep on calling Nova her foster brother, but he's not, and they like make it clear like she moved in with them when she was 6 and he was 17, but he moved out when he was 18, and he's always been around and they've been like really close friends, but it's not like he grew up in the same household as her, so it doesn't feel like weird like that. Like, and she's always been infatuated with him since she was young, so, and it turned into love. So she really likes him, and I like that they waited until she was 23, and now like things are starting to develop. So I really like that we are clearly in our 20s when this relationship is happening, because I've read somewhere they're not, and I'm like, oh, I know you tried to make it work, but it didn't. So I don't mind the age gap. I'm loving the relationship. I'm loving the angst and the tension, so I can't wait to read more. I'm 330 pages in. Things just got crazy. She's working to try, like I said, like to take things down from things that happened in the last book. I don't want to spoil anything, but she's trying to infiltrate the bad guys and learn something. And it's going crazy, and I'm loving the romance so much. But the other plot's really good too, so I'm happy and I'm excited. I'm still loving this book. Like, I literally can't put it down, so I'm glad I carved out the day to be able to read this, because I literally am obsessed, and I need to know what happens next. I need to know the secrets everyone's keeping, how she's going to get out of this situation, what's going to happen between her and Nova. I don't know. We'll see. Thursday, I decided to get up as soon as I turned the camera on. Hello, everybody. Ignore me. I mowed the lawn today, so I took a break, had dinner, mowed the lawn, filmed an unboxing of my new Kindle Paperwhite, which I'm super excited for. So my unboxing should be on my channel already of showing off that. I bought that during Amazon Prime Day because I've been wanting to upgrade to a Paperwhite. I just had the normal Kindle with the backlight, but I really wanted that. But I finished. Obvious 5 out of 5 stars. Probably a top book of the year. Oh my gosh, probably my new favorite of the series. Oh my gosh, it was so good. Oh my gosh, I just keep on saying that. First of all, I didn't mention, I loved how Lila had tattoos. She was like covered in them. We normally only have like heroes tattooed, and I love that she was tattooed and that Nova gave her all her tattoos, and then how that came out at the end was so cute. I just love Nova. I love the action we got at the end. We have the whole plot line with the rival of the MC going on, and how Lila was kind of trying to infiltrate them and how dangerous that was, and things came to a head at the end. And Giana does so well at building up her side characters, because we've been dying for Nova's story, right? And it lived up to every expectation. This was so amazing. I loved the angst and the pining and just the buildup of this romance from when she was 6. Like, she has just loved him, and it's transformed into a romantic love, and it was just perfection. This book was so perfect. The only thing I would have wanted, I will say, speaking of building up side characters, is a little bit more of Nova's brothers. I feel like we didn't really get to see them. We like knew the gist of who each of them were, but we didn't really get to see them interacting as much as I would have liked. But this book is already 460 pages long. We didn't need even more of that. And so I get why we couldn't have like all of that, but there's someone in here that I can't say because it's a spoiler. I hope they get a book. I'm guessing they'll get a book based on what's been in here. And I'd love to see a book for possibly Lysander and Honey. I don't know if there'll be one together, maybe. I kind of got something from them. I don't know. And this takes place during the timeline, I think, of the previous book, because they still think a certain character is dead. I don't know if you guys have even read the series, if you know this, but I would definitely recommend reading them in order, because things overlap and you get really the best out of everybody by reading them in order. But wow, oh wow, I love this. If you can't tell, I loved it. Oh my gosh. Why have I just put this off for so long? I feel like Giana came out with like a bunch back to back. She had a big break after book 3 and then came out with 4, 5, and 6 like right after one another. So this one came out in 2020, just last year. So I am in the acknowledgements too. I love Giana so much, and it just makes me feel so happy that she appreciates me too, because I love her so much and I love her books, and she knows how much I love her books and how much I rave about them. So I have to go get Dead Man Walking and read that next. Hey guys, I just filmed a video, so I'm here real quick to update you guys on Dead Man Walking. It is the next day. I didn't really end up reading that much at the end of the day yesterday, because I realized I didn't feel like reading 2 books in a day, even though in the morning I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. This one is so long. This one is almost 600 pages, and I was like, there's no way. And I had a lot of emails to get back to and some reviews to write, so I didn't read that much. I read like 25 pages of this, but I had to go to the BMV today, and there was a giant line, and I got there and I was like, oh, scan and wait in line. behind, so I scanned it and I was number 117, they were on 103, and I was sitting there for 15 minutes and it was still on 103, and I was like, this is ridiculous. So I left, but then I realized it was keeping my place in line digitally, and I guess you can go online and do that, which I didn't know. I've never had to wait that long at a BMV before. So an hour and a half later, I was finally in the like in waiting section. So I went back there and waited inside for another 45 minutes. Even though it told me like, oh, you're gonna be soon. No, there was a guy that was telling his whole life story about how he got his boat when he was trying to get the title for the boat. And I was just like, he spent like 15 minutes talking to this guy. And I'm just like, it took me 5 minutes to get my license plate, because I needed a license plate for my car. It took me 5 minutes. Once I got to someone, you don't need to tell them your life story. There's like 50 people here. Just keep it moving. But I ended up reading like 20 pages while I was there, and my ebook, because I was distracted, because I was like, is it me now? No. Are they still talking? Yes. So I, though, did read while I was home in between going back and forth there. So I'm on page 150. I'm not loving it as much as the first book. I really do like Bia and Priest, but I don't feel Priest's, like, why Bia? I don't know. So I just felt such a stronger connection to Inked and Lies because we got them when they were younger, and the angst. And in this one, Priest is interesting, and there's some blood play here, which is interesting. So this is definitely not my normal hero, but I do like Bia. I like seeing a lot of Zeus and Lulu too, so I feel like their romance is going to grow on me as it goes. And we have a stalker situation, serial killer situation, which is very intriguing. So I am very interested in this. I'm just not loving the couple as much as Inked and Lies. I don't know if I would have liked it better if I didn't just jump right in, because now I'm comparing everything to that book, and it's honestly one of my favorite books of the year. So I am enjoying this though. We'll see how I feel about the rest. I have a lot to go. I can't believe this is almost 600 pages. That's giant, and I'm only that far in, but I'm gonna keep on reading and update you guys. Hi guys, I'm here with Miss Lily. I am only 270 pages into Dead Man Walking. I have had a busy day. I think I already updated you guys. Yeah, I went to the BMV today, and Beverly Hills Real Housewives was on tonight. And I mean, I've read a lot, really. I've read about 250 pages today alone, but I feel like I haven't read anything because it's 570 pages, so I still have 300 pages left. So I feel like I've like barely made a dent in this book. And not a lot's happening in this one. It's a lot slower paced than the previous book. I mean, like, sure, she's got a stalker and there's like a serial killer on the loose, but really only like 3 major things have happened to her. And we're still very slowly progressing in the romance. I feel like they haven't really even spent that much time together. Really, it's just only been a few moments they've stolen together, but they don't really spend a lot of time together. So definitely a slower moving book. I feel like I'm just like slogging through, even though like I've read a lot. It feels like I haven't read a lot because not a lot's happened. So I don't know how I'm feeling. I don't know. I mean, I still really like it. I still really like the romance. It's definitely different. It's like the most unique one of the series. He's a bad guy. He kills people. They have a really interesting preferences, so it's definitely different than all the rest of them. But I'm interested to see like where this whole mystery thing goes. I think there's more to what just happened than what they thought, because that's what King told Priest. He's like, think about this. I think there's more going on. It seems a little fishy, so we'll see what happens, and if they like spend more time together, because that's what I really want right now. Hi guys, I'm here. Miss Darcy's here with me, and I have decided it's 6:06, and I've decided I'm not leaving this couch until I'm done reading. I'm on page 396, so I have 170 pages to read in this book, and I'm gonna finish it tonight. It's just so long. Like, I'm 400 pages in and I still feel like I'm not even that far. That's how far I am. And I'm like, I have a ton left and I've read a ton, but I feel like we're finally progressing in the relationship. It's very character driven, and we still don't know a lot about the characters. Like, we don't fully know what happened to Priest. Something happened to him in his childhood, and he is still traumatized by it, and he deals with it through pain and self-harm, and Bia's trying to help him. He still won't even let her like see his skin anywhere because he's covered in scars. So we're still learning about that. We're on page 400. So like I said, it's very character driven. There's not really going along with the plot either. Like, we had a stalker, but that's kind of fizzled out, and I'm like, do we still have a stalker? I don't know. So we're just really heavily focusing on the relationship for 400 pages. So like I said, I'm not loving this as much as the previous book. I just feel like I connected more with that romance, and I really enjoyed that side plot in that previous book. But in this one, I like the characters, but I want a little bit more happening. And the fact that it's super long and not a lot's happening, I'm thinking this might be a 4-star, not a 5-star. Like, I'm not absolutely loving it, but I really do like the romance and those characters and how they're developing, so we'll see. I mean, I guess like a few things have happened. Like she's almost died a couple times. So don't say like there's nothing going on. But that's really all it is. Like they go to this place. Oh, she almost died. But he is there. And they reconciled. And they comforted each other. And like that's really like the pattern the story's going in. So I'm going to read some more. I'm in another Hello Lovely sweatshirt. We're not surprised. I'm going to keep on reading. And up to you guys. Maybe one more time and then when I'm finished. I knew the last like 150 pages were gonna be crazy and like action packed. I feel like that's how a lot of Giana's books are if they start slow. Like When Here's Fall was kind of slow in the beginning and then the last like half was like super action packed and amazing. I couldn't put it down. This one, definitely slower development, but now things are crazy. And Priest is on a rampage and we're gonna see how things end. I know it's gonna end in a happily ever after. It's a romance, but Priest is like, that is my woman. He is the definition of touch her and you die, literally. It's also an opposites attract romance, which I'm loving, which I was thinking of doing a video for, of opposites attract. And it's just really, really good. He finally opened up to her and was vulnerable to her, showed her his scars, talked about his past, which I loved that scene so much. And now I'm just like, what's happening? I think I know who the villain is though. I think I know. I don't know. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I'm pretty sure I know who it is. But how is Priest gonna get out of this situation? I don't know, but I'm gonna read more and see. Miss Lily joined us. Darcy's behind me, but I finally finished. So I flew through that end. I really liked how like everything wrapped up. It was who I thought it was, but I don't think it was supposed to be a secret. Like at least the author like left enough clues that it's like, okay, like it makes sense that it's this guy. And I really just enjoyed how it all played out. I really liked how Priest did things. I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, like it's obvious Priest is gonna save the day, so I really enjoyed how all that played out. I will say the last 30 pages was like after the conflict was over and it was just like them happy. If you guys follow me, you know I don't care when a couple's happy. So the last 30 pages, I was like, all right, we're just winding down and we're done. I do think that there was setup for the next book. I don't know if Kodiak's gonna get a book. Giana just announced that she's chosen the next book couple, and I was tempted to just message her and be like, who's it gonna be? But I didn't. I think it could be Kodiak, but I know a lot of people want Wrath, and I don't know, because we have a lot of extra characters now. So I don't know who it's gonna be. I think Wrath is the one who lost his wife a while ago, but, or like loved one, I don't remember. But Kodiak, they kind of like said could be, and I don't want to say who the possible love interest is because that's kind of a spoiler. So I'm not gonna say that, but I don't know, we'll see. I just really enjoyed how unique Priest was in here, and him and Bia's relationship was really awesome, and I liked Bia a lot. I wanted a little bit more. I mean, there was a lot of intrigue with like the serial killer happening, but just a little bit more plot maybe. But overall, high 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked the romance, and I really liked how Priest finally opened up and then something happened at the end where he was like terrified. And I like how like it kind of discussed religion and how it could be evil but good at the same time, because like there are evil people in religion, but there's also good people in religion. And so Bia, her faith never wavered really in her religion because she still goes to church, she's still religious, and Priest has lost all faith he's had and then really grapples with that at the end of the book. So I thought there was an interesting conversation happening in the book, but overall I really enjoyed this one. So I will say Inked Lies is probably my favorite of the series now. Like I was crying in that book, freaking out about the romance. It was just so perfect. This one, not my absolute favorite, but I can see why people love it. So I'm glad I'm finally caught up on the series. I am gonna finish reading her 2 other series I have to read, and then because I never finished the Enslaved Duet, I have to read the second book, and then I haven't read at all her Evolution of Sin series. But once I read those 4 books, I'm gonna do a guide to Giana on my channel, so that's gonna be fun. But that's all I have. Let me know if you've read these 2 and what your favorite Fallen Men book is and who you think book 7 is gonna be about. I'd love to hear. As always, thank you so much for watching and have a good day. Bye.